To understand how a will written in 1642 could still affect a development today, we need to go back even further, to the Crusades. When English knights left for the Holy Land, they faced a problem. They might be gone for years or never return. So they placed their land in the hands of someone they trusted, a trustee, to look after it. That idea, one person holding land for the benefit of another, developed over time into what we now recognize as the English trust. The law that governs trusts is called equity. Equity has been part of English law for centuries and remains part of the law today. Every trust has three roles. Think of it as a triangle. At one corner is the settlor, the person who creates the trust and decides its purpose. Once set, its terms are binding. At a second corner is the trustee, the person or institution that holds the legal title. They don't hold the land for themselves, they hold it on behalf of others in what the law calls a fiduciary capacity. That means acting in good faith in the interests of others and not profiting from the position. At the third corner are the beneficiaries, the people the trust exists for. They may not hold the legal title, but the law protects their equitable interest. On the 13th of May 1642, Henry Robinson signed his will and placed land in Birchington and St. Nicholas into trust. He appointed St. John's College, Cambridge, as trustee. And he was clear about the purpose. The income from that land, this land, at the time farmed by John Underdown, was to fund scholarships and fellowships for young people born in Thanet or Kent and educated at the King's School, Canterbury. Settlor, trustee, beneficiaries. That is the structure. The key question for us today is this: was that trust ever properly brought to an end? What we've found from public records and freedom of information requests is this: there is no clear documentation showing that the scholarships required by the will were ever awarded. There is no documentation showing the trust was formally brought to an end. And there is no clear indication from the material available to us that these issues were adequately considered as part of the planning process. The legal title is recorded, but in the law of equity, this is not always the whole story. The knights who created trusts when they went on the Crusades wanted one thing: for their wishes to be honoured. Henry Robinson wanted the same thing. He put it in writing. He appointed a trustee. He relied on the law, on equity. Today, almost 400 years later, we are asking a simple question: was that perpetual charitable trust properly considered before this land was approved for development? There is a principle that sits beneath all of this: the rule of law. It means the legal obligations apply to everyone equally, individuals, institutions, councils, and developers. And when there is a genuine legal question, as there is here, the courts are open. At its heart, this is about whether the law has been properly applied to this land. If you were born in Thanet or Kent, or you have a connection to this land, you are a potential beneficiary of Henry Robinson's trust. Please join our beneficiary register and our Facebook group, and please share this video. If you are able to support our legal and investigation fund, every contribution, big or small, will make a difference. Thank you to those who have already done so. Henry Robinson made a promise to the people of Thanet in 1642. Please help us make sure that promise is finally kept.